Hey everybody, this is Tim Kelly and welcome back to Master Photo Techniques. We are once again going to try to take on questions that continue to arise. And one of them, every week from somewhere in the world, is what do you set your camera on? Camera settings with 3 question marks, that kind of thing. And I have covered it before because maybe I do it quite a bit different than most teachers. And again, I don't include always camera settings, except if it's in a lower third on a finished movie, and I can give you some extra information. All the previous movies that we've made were made with strobe for the most part. And they're made in the studio using our photogenic power lights. And the rule is that I pick the shutter speed that I need to work at, and I choose 1/25th of a second to sync with strobe. Then I pick the aperture that I want to work at. If I'm working with just one person, I may choose to work at 5/6 to 8 or 9. And if I'm working with a bigger group and I want a lot of sharpness, I may work at 11 or even 13. So how does that help you? Well, I'm working completely in manual, and therefore the way I change what is recorded by the light supply is how much light I put on it. So first in that equation is how close are the lights to get them, the proper power and look. And then my camera's fixed, let's just pretend for a moment it was stuck at 1/25th of a second at f9.5, and I had no control. And that's why I play the game. I have to bring lights in from all directions, the mane, the fills, the hair, the kick, the background. I bring them in and give them power and proximity until I get the look that I want. Once again, this is for just strobe. Not a mix of strobe and ambient, just strobe. I pick the shutter speed that allows me to sync, the f-stop I want to work at. The ISO I prefer to be as low as possible, which might be 100. I can go up to 400 if I need to, but generally with my strobes I have tons of power. So then once I pick those couple of settings, that's what you want is camera settings, then we provide the light to illuminate the scene, to illuminate the individuals, to give us the presence factor, which might be a hair light and a kick light. And we balance those with how close they are, the angle of incidence, and of course, the amount of power that we're turning them up to. So I'm gonna just take a look at my camera real quick, but for the most part, that is the story for my strobe studio. And we have changed recently. We do hot lights. We've done, the old constant light was fluorescent and it was never powerful enough for me. But the new LEDs are very powerful. So we have an entire new set of rules for that, just as we have a set of rules that are similar to my other strobe one for studio that apply to my remote little flashes, my speed light photography, speed light portraiture. So let's take a final look at my camera settings for this first part of the lesson, which is on strobes in the studio. So here are the settings on my camera. As I mentioned, ISO 100, shutter speed 1/25th of a second, and the aperture is f9. No other adjustments in EV or anything are made unless I need to. So right now, when I just move my lights around to give me what I want, we are ready to shoot. And of course, our radio trigger is going to be on here. Doesn't matter what lens you're using. Almost all these other things don't matter. It's about controlling light. And in our case, we're locking down a favorite camera setting and bringing lights in to please the eye. So basically, blank canvas, bring light in, and that's how I do it for strobe. Now, stay tuned. We're going to bring you a lesson on doing it with constant light.